When last has a South African team been dominated like that? When last has a South African forward pack been dominated like that? Set piece dominated, all contact areas dominated. Hats off to Leinster, they make it into the final, they go out there and they get the job done. The monkeys off their back, how good. Leinster, 2024-2025 URC champions. Before we get into it, let me know in the comments what you guys thought of the game, who played well, who didn't, what did Leinster do well, what did the Bulls not do well, who was your man of the match, who stood out for you, what plays stood out for you. Let me know in the comments. Hit that subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get into it. So we'll stick on Leinster, first home team. Congrats, Leinster fans, everyone to do with Leinster, high five, clap hands, tap yourselves on the back. You've done it. You're champs. You've got a title. You've got a big title. I think it's their first ever URC title that they've won. How good. Fantastic. And not only won it, like dominated it. At no point did Leinster look like losing this game at all. From start to finish, absolutely dominated. Took a South African team on at what South Africans are good at. Set piece and bullying you up front. Leinster decided, you know what? We're going to smoke your scrums. We're going to smoke all the contact areas. Anything you think you're good at, we're going to dominate that. And this Leinster forward pack made the Bulls forward pack look amateur. Let's be honest here. Made them look amateur. From that first scrum, dominance was enforced, applied onto the Bulls. That first scrum, Porter, Clarkson, Sheehan, straight through the middle, get the penalty. And just from there, it was a runaway train going downhill or runaway truck going downhill. That's how dominant this Leinster performance was, or this Leinster forward pack performance was. It was unreal. Big blow early on was the Jamison Gibson Park not playing, and I thought it was going to be a big out. But man, well done, McGrath. Come in and just did what he needed to do. Didn't need to overplay his hand. Came in and just get there quick and pass. Make the right decisions. You're going to have lots of options. Get there, pass. Do your box kicks, pass the ball. That's all he had to do and nailed it. Then you look at Gunn, who came on. He came on late and scored a try right off the bat as well. So lovely conveyor belt of nines that Leinster are working with there. And from going to losing probably one of the best number nines in world rugby at the moment to then seeing a dominant performance from McGrath, Gunn coming on later and scoring a try like that. Fantastic. Well done. Just touching on, so when Leinster had the ball, their ruck speed again, just Leinster of old. This is the Leinster we know and love to watch. Their ruck speed is just, when it's on, it's fantastic. Ball carriers getting over that advantage line. The two cleaners are right there and boom, blast that ruck out. The ball is perfect for McGrath or whoever is at 9 to play. And it's beautiful. And it's very hard to stop as a defense because you're on the back foot already. They're just coming around the corner. They've got options. The ball carrier's got 2 or 3 options to play. He can run with the ball as well. And it's fantastic to watch. Off the back of that, Jack Conan opens up the scoring. They set the maul there. Sheehan breaks off. He gets a little bit isolated, but O'Brien's clean out there. Fantastic. And like I said, the first 2 players that get to that ruck clean the ruck, and they're so effective at their cleans. Conan picks the ball up and crashes over from there. And Leinster at this point are just out-enthusing the Bulls in every facet of the game. Dominance at set piece really put Bulls on the back burner here. Like, I understand the Bulls are coming into this game winning 8 games in a row. They've had to fly from Pretoria. Like, yes, you can pick things out. They had a strong or a massive performance last week versus the Sharks. You can almost say that was their final, and then getting here was just one step too far. And at the end score, that's what it looked like for sure. Got absolutely out-enthused, out-energized, and outplayed in all facets of the game. I loved the Geordie Barrett try, just the eyes up from, he's obviously called it to McGrath, and McGrath is McGrath has executed it to a T. The little box kick over the top. Jordie Barrett gets there, kicks it through, and then goes over to score. Fantastic. This is big plays by big players in these big games. And when it comes off, and it's beautiful to watch. Huge stuff there from Jordie Barrett and McGrath. Well, huge start to the game for Sam Prendergast, really hoping that he came out and just owned this game, and he did so. Kicked really well off the tee, nailing his two first conversions. I think he missed one or two kicks overall, but kicked a lot of his kicks, or kicked most of his kicks. And then that massive 50-22 was huge, a big moment in the game as well. I thought he made a couple of big tackles early on as well, at least getting up off the line and maybe being a bit of a speed bump, but initially slowing the player down. But there was one or two times where he did stick those tackles. And early on, it was just all Leinster. I mean, throughout the game, there was one section of the game in the second half, early on in the second half, that it was a bit of the Bulls had momentum, but it was all Leinster. 3 tries in the first 22 minutes. Every opportunity they got, they capitalized on it. And it's a performance that going into a final, it's what you want. It's what you train for throughout the week leading up to it, and then nailing it on the day. That's just the cherry on top. And great for the coaches sitting back and seeing all the things that you coached or all the things that you practiced leading up to the game and then nailing it on game day. Fantastic. And I thought while the attack was humming, defensively really sound as well. There was a phase play about 5 minutes before halftime where the Bulls had the ball for 15 phases. And Leinster just defended, kept getting up, kept making their tackles. And I think Bulls resorted to a cross kick that didn't work out, and just shows how strong the defense was. And Bulls were then resorting to a makeshift play or a Hail Mary play because there was probably nothing else on. And that's massive credit to Leinster's defense and how physical they were on defense, not just not giving Bulls anything. And you love to see that. You're watching that. Obviously, as a Bulls fan, you're not loving that. But as a neutral or as a Leinster fan, you're loving that. While their attack was humming, defense, they were physical, just up in their faces. That rush defense, obviously working a treat, not getting caught out on the inside or outside, working together and just being physical. Out physicaling, if that's a word, the Bulls. And that is not said very often. And then come in the second half, and not like, yes, Prendergast kicked his a few penalties, and they were just cruising, man. Like I said, it did not look like they were losing this game at all. I did love the gun try. That was fantastic. Ross Byrne taking the ball right up to the line. Barrett coming in for the short. He had a short on his inside as well. That drew in pretty much the whole Bulls backline. It was a middle scrum, so they only had half of the backline there. You can see Devin Williams biting in right at the last minute. Ross Byrne plays it out the back. Gun loops around. He's still had a lot to do. Some heels on the man to get in over the corner there, and fantastic, lovely little loop play for that try. And just a huge shift from their whole forward pack, from the whole team. Big shift from Ryan Beard. Fantastic. He got man of the match. He was man of the match last week for them. Just shows, man, give him opportunity. He's always on the bench. He's always a fringe player in and around the Leinster squad, in and around the Irish squad. 2 games he starts, 2 man of the matches. Immense, a huge effort from Ryan Beard. And Leinster get the job done. I'll touch on the Bulls quick because there was not much there. Man, I got stung in the comments last week saying that as a Springbok fan, I'm worried going into international season because of the intensity of the Super Rugby and how All Blacks and Australia will look to play in the international season. And I got stung saying, have you watched the Bulls play? Did you watch the Bulls versus Sharks? Rah, rah, rah. Bulls lacked intensity in this game massively. Yes, they had an intense game last week. And yes, they've come off the back of 8 games in a row winning, which is outstanding. And they've made a final of a huge competition. Outstanding. I'm not taking anything away from that. But you come to the biggest game of the season. You're in the final. You have a chance to win a title, and this is what you play out. Get dominated in set piece, which is a part of your game that you're most known for. The Bulls are a strong set piece, get absolutely obliterated there. Then all contact areas, carries getting smoked in tackles, rucks getting dominated there. Defensively, not showing up on attack, not showing up, passes going to deck, knock-ons, playing the ball behind the advantage line. While this is probably a shot at the underperformance of the Bulls, it's more credit to how Leinster played because they were fantastic. Again, and this is for the fans, Spring SA Rugby fans or SA Club Rugby fans, like the teams are not invincible. You're not going to win every game. This is not a shot at the players at all because on the day, rugby happens and you can be the best team, but you go on the day and you can get beat. And you can get beat at what you're most known for, is being physical and dominating set piece. Bulls did not live up to it at all. Massive credit to Leinster. They were fantastic. Fully deserved this game. How good. Monkeys off the back. They've got a big title. Celebrate it. Fans, players, coaching staff, Leinster, celebrate it. How good. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought of this game. Hit that subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.